Organize Me Radio, Episode 13, Organizing versus Cleaning. I'm Naeemah Ford Goldson. Welcome to Organize Me Radio. I'm Naeemah Ford Goldson, and today we are going to talk about organizing versus cleaning. And I am here with Takilla Combs, who is the owner of Xtreme Audacity. Welcome, Takilla.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you.
All right, so Takilla, tell everyone about you because you are a professional organizer, but you also assist in homes. So tell us, how did you get into that, and how did you get your start?
Yeah, so I have been organizing for so long. Like I started as a young child, just organizing the CDs and DVDs in the house, I thought I was just doing something, and then as I became a teenager, I started organizing the kitchen and moving things around in the kitchen. That was my first love, doing the kitchen. And, lucky for me, I never really got in trouble for just moving things around because, it really made sense how I moved them. So I never got in trouble because, parents don't like you moving stuff. They like things to stay where they are. So, but it worked out for me. My mom, she used to move our furniture around all the time, the living room and everything. And so she was used to things moving. So it made sense the way I moved it. So it was just, good for our family. And then, I just continued to do that. And over time, I realized that I would just go to my family and friends' house and start organizing things. And, they would never mind. And it was so natural. And so I really just, I guess it was 2016 December, was when I just felt the prompting, like it's time. I was at my sister's house once again, helping her organize her office. And it was like, I just felt it and it was time. So I launched my business in January 2017. And so I've been doing it ever since, and I absolutely love it.
It's so funny that you used to go into your friends' houses and organize and clean for them. I bet they loved having you come over.
They did. And I used to, because some people would just take it personal. So I always would ask first, like, okay, hey, would you mind if I fixed your pantry up? Or would you mind if I did A, B, C, or D? And I never got a no. So it started to become a little bit normal for me to come over, especially if I was coming in town and staying for a couple of days. I'm definitely going to organize something in your house.
So then what are some of the different services you offer to your clients?
So, of course, I do professional organizing in homes and businesses. And I'm also a family assistant, as you mentioned a little earlier. And what that looks like is just me helping families manage their everyday life and everyday tasks that they have, and just helping their life to run a little smoother. So that could be laundry, that could be running errands, that could be meal prep, that could be picking the kids up for school, taking them to school, or just taking them to their after school activities. So it's almost like a nanny and a housekeeper and just whatever. So I just help families just manage their life every day.
So it sounds like you mostly have like a concierge service where you pretty much whatever the family needs, you can help them with.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly what I do. And it looks different for each family that I assist. And it can look different every day when I go. So it's never the same. So it could be different all the time. It just depends on what they got going on, their travel plans, or whatever the case may be. I can help pack for a trip, so it just depends on what's going on.
So there are many people who kind of get confused about, organization versus cleaning. Can you help people out? Because there are some times where people hire an organizer and they think the organizer is supposed to clean, or they hire a cleaner and they expect the cleaner to organize their things. So can you tell us what that difference is?
Of course. So let's just consider that you can clean a space that's not organized, and you can also organize a space that's not clean. So just think about that. Just and we could take that a little further. So like cleaning, when we're cleaning something, we're washing it. Like we clean our hair, we clean our clothes, we clean our car, we can clean the park. So we can clean different things. But organizing, when you consider organizing, you are creating order, right? You're creating order in someone's space. And just to say it another way, you can restore order, right? Did you
Hey.
like that? You like what I did there? Yeah, so you can add order to someone's space. You're adding structure to their space. A space that lacks structure, you're bringing structure into it. You're giving items in the home. You're giving items a home. So like cleaning, you're just wiping down, scrubbing, mopping, sweeping, things like that. But when you're organizing, it really takes some thought behind it. Cleaning doesn't take much thought. Organizing takes more thought, more intentionality, and you wanting to put things in a certain way that it flows with your lifestyle. Because if you can organize something and it still doesn't work and it gets back unorganized quickly because you didn't organize it in a way that actually worked for your family. Sometimes people organize things based on what they see on TV or based on what they see somebody else's house looks like,
Oh yeah.
and that doesn't work. We have to organize our space based on our lifestyle. So if I come home from work and I put my shoes right here, my keys right here, and it makes my house look a little messy, it's more sensible for me to put a bucket up there by the door to put the shoes in than to say, okay, I'm never going to put my shoes right here. I'm going to start putting them right here because it looks better. Really just make the space work for you and your family. And that's what organizing is. And cleaning is like just washing things, wiping down, scrubbing, that kind of stuff.
So, what is your process like? Do you have a different process for when you're cleaning versus organizing?
Yeah, so organizing is, like I was saying, it's much more thought behind it. So there's a process for organizing where, we take the time to purge and we sort. And in most cases, we do that simultaneously. So while you're pulling things out and purging them, you want to also sort those items also, and you want to create some piles for trash, for things that you're going to donate, and then you want to create that pile for your keeps. Once you have that pile for your keeps, then you want to take the time to even purge that further, because sometimes we keep a lot of stuff and we don't realize how much stuff we have. And then you can also sort those keep items. So then you'll have that keep items, and then you'll take the time to sort those items and put those in distinct piles. So you can really see, okay, I have tons of jeans. I didn't realize I had this many pair of jeans. So let me see if I can get rid of a couple more of these. So it takes time and process to go through that. So after we purge and sort those items, I do try to do a little bit more purging. And one thing I like to tell my clients is to not buy containers and things, all that stuff beforehand, because you really don't know what you have until you actually dig in and get in there. And then once you see what you have, then we can buy containers and we can see where things can go. And a lot of times we buy containers that actually don't fit our space. So once all this stuff is out, and I didn't mention that, when you're purging, you want to pull everything out. Don't leave stuff in, because you'll likely leave something in and don't realize that you had it. So I like to pull everything out, measure the space, find containers or whatever the case may be for that actual space. But just really purging, sorting, and then the fun begins. We get to put the stuff back in a way that flows with your lifestyle. So I had a client recently on Friday, and what we did for her is her shoes in a way back in her closet. She had tons of shoes. I mean, I've never seen so many shoes. But we put them back in her closet in a way that made sense for her lifestyle. So we put her slides, like her flats, and her tennis shoes closer to the door where she goes in and out. And we put her boots down low because she doesn't wear them often. And so I put things back when it's time to put the items back in the area after we've organized, after we've sorted and purged it. I put it back in a way that actually flows with your lifestyle, because it allows you to keep the maintenance up. It allows you to keep the space organized and in the way that you like it.
I think that's great because it makes sense. I know that's how I organize my things, but we're professional organizers. So everyone might not think in the way that we think, where make it make sense and it'll be easier to maintain. So I
Right.
we're on the same page. I mean, I'm mostly on the same page with all the organizers I interview because we're pretty much cut from the same cloth, right? So
That's right. Exactly. Exactly. And then as far as the cleaning is concerned, cleaning is really straightforward. There's not much thought to be put in there. Like, you're just wanting to make sure that it's clean. Like, we're wiping it down, we're scrubbing it, washing it, putting it back where it goes, and not necessarily organizing it. I'm telling you, my kids wash the dishes all the time. They don't put it back where they don't put it back in an organized way. They put it where it goes, but it's not organized. So oftentimes that's a task for them. Reorganize the plasticware, reorganize the pot pan, because they'll just go and put it in there. So cleaning is not for me. I just don't think that it's a lot of thought that has to go into cleaning. But organizing, there has to be some thought, some analyzing, some processes and procedures that has to go into that.
got it. Okay. So speaking of cleaning, you use eco-friendly products. Why is that important to you? And how did you get introduced to those products?
Yeah, so I am also, one thing I failed to mention before is I'm a health and wellness coach, and I really help people, families, to rid their home of toxic products. So a few years ago, I guess it was a couple of years ago, my sister really showed me some information that blew my mind. And you may have seen it. It got national media attention. It was a lung study that was done, and basically this lung study compared, our cleaning with toxic products, are the name brand products. It compared it to smoking cigarettes. So it was a 20-year independent study, and they used national brand cleaners, and there was over 6,000 participants in this study. So after they used the products for over 20 years, they tested the same people, and it was a test that was done regularly. And the studies show that their lung capacity was the same as someone that smoked a pack of cigarettes a day. Now,
Wow.
this study was on it was on Fox News, it was on Fortune, it was on BBC, it was on Newsweek, it was just all over. And really, it blew my mind to really know that, put a Clorox wipe in our child's hand with no thought, right?
Mhm.
But it's the same, really the same thing as putting a cigarette in their hand. It has the same effect. And so that is what prompted me to start using eco-friendly products and natural products. So, that's how I got started. And then I just took the time to make the switch, because it really, and the air quality of my home has changed.
Mm.
My younger son, Miles, he was having coughing spells all the time. I took him to get allergy tests and all kind of stuff. We couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. We switched our products unknowingly that would be the effect, that the effect would be he would stop coughing. But we switched our products, and he hasn't had those coughing spells in I don't know how long. His eczema has cleared up because we switched the laundry detergent. So that's what prompted the start. But really, I'm so glad that it's products that they don't have chlorine bleach in it, never, formaldehyde, triclosans, no fillers or any of those things in the products. And really, it's just been so beneficial for my family, and I try to implement that with my clients that I have, and make them aware of products that are better and safer for their families.
So, what about those people who feel like you have to have harsh chemicals in order to kill things like viruses, like coronavirus and things like that? How well are those products in fighting off those type of things?
Yeah, totally. So um, the company has a high grade toxic free product that is, if used correctly, is 99.9% effective against the coronavirus. And that, to me, was amazing, because when the coronavirus first came out, you know, you couldn't find anything on the shelves, right? You couldn't find any Clorox cleanup, bleach, whatever. It was all gone. Our company never ran out of products. And our products were shipped right to our door. So I didn't have to leave to go get any. I didn't have to fight in the stores or any of that kind of stuff. So it's been really beneficial for me to order products that can be sent right to my door.
So that sounds so convenient. And do you have a favorite product? And what do they smell like? Because there's nothing I hate more than a product that is just so fragrant, like Fabuloso. I cannot stand the smell of that. Maybe because when I was pregnant and I worked at Cox Communications, they used that to clean, and just ever since, I just can't stand the smell. So what do the products smell like? Do they have a pleasant scent?
They do. Actually, one of my favorite products is the stain remover. And the reason I love it is because it removes stain without leaving the residue. So a lot of times, you know, if you're cleaning a microfiber couch, you can clean it, but you're going to see that little ring around and that shows exactly where you cleaned it. Well, I posted a picture on my social media, I guess it was a few months ago, when I cleaned my couch, and it was no residue. It was amazing, and I loved it. The products smell really good. One of my other favorite products is the bathroom cleaner, and it uses citric acid, and it smells like lemons, and it smells really good. And in that bottle, it's so powerful. Power of 20 lemons in one bottle of cleaner. And I mean, you can't really find that. And lemon, most people know that lemon is a really high grade cleaner if it's used properly. You can use it to clean almost anything. You can just see it working right there. And the more you use it over time, the cleaner the bathroom gets. And it just gets cleaner and cleaner. And I absolutely love the bathroom cleaner.
So then how does the process work to actually get these products?
So if anyone wants to get these products sent right to their door like I do, just contact me. I would love to share how I get the products sent right to my door. So it's just like Amazon. You order online and those products are sent right to your door. You don't have to fight all the hustle and bustle of the stores. You can get natural, eco-friendly products sent right to your door, and I would love the opportunity to share it with you.
Okay, so can you give us top tips for cleaning and then top tips for becoming organized?
Okay. So one thing that I want to reiterate, because I feel like that a lot of people think that organization is a luxury. And I would have to totally disagree. Organization is a necessity. It is one thing that really brings us peace, serenity, it brings us comfort, and so many other things when you are organizing. So I just wanted to say that first to really set the stage, but really just starting with a plan. If you have a good plan for organizing, it makes things go a little bit easier. So you want to organize your plan before you start organizing, right? So you just want to have that plan in place. So having a plan of action, knowing where you're going to start and where you're going to end and what you hope to get done in the process. And a lot of times, not a lot of times, but sometimes we don't always achieve it the way we envisioned it, but really just having a plan, and then, you know, we have to go back and revisit that plan and maybe restructure it or do it a little bit different, but really just having a plan is where you always want to start. So the next thing you want to do is really just figure out which area in your home that will have the greatest impact on your life if it was organized. So for some people, it would be the kitchen. It seems like most women, the kitchen is the place, the heart of the home. If you can get that organized, it almost brings some sense of relief to your life. So figuring out that place that in your home that will have the greatest impact on your life if it was organized, you want to start there. And I also recommend hiring a professional organizer because it helps us to stay focused. It helps people to stay focused. A lot of times when we start trying to organize on our own, we'll start in the area, we take stuff in another area, and then we mess up that area, and then it just becomes a repetitive cycle of disorganization. So if you really just consider hiring a professional organizer. They really help to bring peace to the process and guidance to the process, and it helps you to be guided along the way and really to stay focused on what the ultimate goal is. And then if you don't hire a professional organizer, start small, because you can get overwhelmed really fast. Start small areas. Start with your junk drawers, whatever that looks like for you. Or start with your pantry, just pulling out all the old food that, you haven't, that has expired and that you didn't even know was still back there. So just start small in areas that will have the greatest impact in your life. And one of my other big tips is just to not buy containers until you know exactly what you need. That's a huge one. Oftentimes when I go to a client's house, well, not anymore, because during my consultation, I always tell my clients, do not buy containers. But before, when I started early on, I would go to houses and they would have bought all these containers. We can't use them. They just don't work for the space. And so, yeah, those are probably my biggest tips that I have for organization. As far as cleaning is concerned, I'm going to say have a plan of action also. You got to know where you're going to start. Again, you want to know where you want to end and what you want the end result to be. And then having the right products is essential. You want products that are, I am a smeller, so having products that smell a specific way for me is very important. And I like things to, when I walk in a space, like I walked in the house yesterday, I instantly knew the trash needed to be taken out. So having products that smell a certain way, is very important for me. Having products that actually work is very important. And having products that do not cause you to have to run out of the room when you spray it is very important. My children do a lot of cleaning in our house because I do a lot of things outside the house. So I've charged them to take care of a lot of the cleaning in our house. And so it's important for me to make sure that they have products that's not going to harm them, right? And then also having the right utensils, the right not products, but the materials that you need to get the job done. So I love microfiber tiles. Those are one of my favorite tiles to use because they pick up moisture really well, they wring out really well, and they last a long time. And then having the right mop. So if you have floors with grout, you can't use just a standard mop. It just doesn't work. You have to have a mop with a little scrubby thing on the end, and having the right brooms. So those things are very important to me. And oftentimes when I'm working with families, if possible, I'll make suggestions for them that work best for their home, because not every home is the same. And then hardwood floors are a big one. You got to find the right mop for hardwood floors. You can't use just any old mop for hardwood floors. You have to find the right materials to clean those floors. So those would be some of my tips that I would give for cleaning and organizing.
Okay, so do you have any favorite organizing products? We talked about the cleaning products already, but do you have anything that you love to use for organizing?
I don't yet. What about you? I love to do the pantry. And I found that I use different materials. I haven't really found something that I'm just like, oh, this is my go-to. What about you? Do you have any favorites?
I do. So I love a certain kind of label. It's a bin clip. I actually have one right here. Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
This is my favorite kind of label. You can just put it like right on a basket or a bin. It can like go on pretty much anything, but I love it.
Where
This
do you
is my favorite. What was that?
Where do you get those?
Container Store, girl.
Oh, I should have known. I should have known.
I love the Container Store.
Cool.
I mean, I feel like everything that you can ever think of for organizing, they have it at the Container Store. And I've been a lover of the Container Store for years, so.
And I'm so jealous because we don't have one in my area. I would have to drive all the way to Charlotte, which I really don't like doing. So our Container Store is probably about 50 minutes away. And so it's like a field trip. And I really need to take one. I'm gonna probably save some money. I'm gonna save a Container Store, pile, and then go out there and just have a ball. Because I already know it's just gonna be so much fun and excitement when I get in there. Because I love containers, all kind, and yeah, I really want to go. I need to go.
See, in Atlanta, it takes like 45 minutes to get everywhere anyway. So I'd just be like, that's just another appointment.
Right. Yeah, and I'm so everything's here where I live in Morrisville. Everything is right here. Like we don't lack anything, so you don't have to go out. But if you want to go to the Container Store, you have to fight through the traffic.
Got it. Gotcha. Okay. Well, Takilla, thank you so much for joining us on Organize Me Radio. Tell everybody where they can find out more information about you.
Awesome. And thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast, and I was so excited to be here with you. So you can find me anywhere on social media. All of my platforms on for my personal account is Takilla Combs. So that is TAKILLACOMBS. And for my business page, it's Xtreme Audacity on all platforms also. And so that starts with an X. So don't put the E because you won't find me. Oh, that rhymed. Did you see that? So it's
freestyling up in here.
That was really cool. Okay, so it is XTREME and then Audacity, AUDACITY. And so that's on all platforms. Also, in my email address is takilla@extremeaudacity.com. My website is extremeaudacity.com. So that's XTREMEAUDACITY.com.
All right. Thanks, Takilla. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us on Organize Me Radio. Check us out next time for an all-new episode. Thank you so much for joining me today, and make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. And remember, get organized, go further. You're listening to Organize Me Radio. I am Naeemah Ford Goldson.